Hey Canucks fans, which celebration from the Canucks 50th season stands out to you the most? I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram, I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and it's my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, May the 16th. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Two quick announcements. Number one, thanks to those of you who have shared, who have entered my Instagram contest. I'm giving away two $25 gift certificates to Matsuyama, a very popular Japanese restaurant in Richmond where I live, my favorite Japanese restaurant. So follow me on Instagram at Clayton Emo if you want to enter that contest. And number two, tomorrow is Sunday, so that means I'll do my Sunday, my weekend AMA, Ask Me Anything. So you can ask me a question here in the comment section of this video, and I'll try and remember to get to it tomorrow. Or safer, go find me on Twitter at Canuck Clay, and I'll be shooting a tweet out in a later this afternoon where you can respond to that tweet, and then you know that I'll get to those questions for sure. Okay, this morning I came back from my church. I was at my church this morning, and we were celebrating my pastor's 50th anniversary, his ordination as a Catholic priest. And it was a wonderful celebration. We did a surprise car parade for him and went really well. So 50, then I started thinking about the Canucks, and the Canucks were celebrating not their 50th anniversary, but they're celebrating their 50th season. There's a little bit of a nuance there, semantics, but in essence, this is their 50th season. They're not celebrating their 50th anniversary, so they got another year to go. But I thought about not necessarily the on-ice things, but I thought about all the celebrations that the Canucks celebrated this year as part of this big 50th season. And it's really too bad that the season got cut short. Of course, we are still hopeful that the Canucks will resume their season somehow with the rest of the NHL, but we don't know that for sure. So I put a poll up on Twitter, like I always do, or like I usually do, and I said this: what stands out to you the most from the Canucks 50th season? I gave four options: Horvat named captain, opening night; the Sedins jersey retirement in February; Burrow's Ring of Honor induction in December; and the new jerseys, the Canucks 50th journey, the black skate, the 50th journey jersey, I should say, and as well as their home and aways, basically taking the Vancouver word off of it and just being the logo itself. So I got over 250 votes in the first hour of this poll, and 68% right now, 68% are saying the Sedins jersey retirement. That makes sense to me. I'm going to talk about each of the four. The 68% said the Sedins jersey retirement, 17% saying Bo Horvat being named captain, 11% saying the new jerseys for the Canucks, and only 4% are saying the Ring of Honor for Alex Burrows, which is a little surprising. So let's talk about all four of these really quickly. Obviously, the Canucks had high hopes and big plans for this 50th season, not only on the ice with Pettersson and Hughes and JT Miller and Jacob Markstrom, and continued development of Horvat and Besser. They're looking forward to a really, really big season on the ice. And as we know, as soon as the season ended, they're right there. They're on the precipice of making the playoffs. They had made the playoffs by point percentage. They were not in the playoffs by points. But in essence, they're a bubble playoff team, but they had a chance to do some damage in the playoffs as everyone got healthy. But along with on the ice, there's all the off the ice celebrations and the recognition. And one thing I didn't even put in poll question, because you can only put four things on Twitter polls, is the era nights as well. 70s night, 80s night, 90s night, 2000, 2010s. And you guys know we were part of the one of the nights when we recorded the Brady Bunch sequel, which was a lot of fun, for part of 70s night actually in November. So that was cool to be part of it with with my co-collab partner in music, Marie. So yeah, the era nights that I didn't even put on, the decade nights. So the four I did put on were, and I'll talk about each of them right now. So the jersey retirement of the Sedins. February, that entire week, right, where they had the game against Nashville on the Monday, the game against Chicago on the Wednesday, which was the actual jersey retirement, and then the game on the weekend against Anaheim. And of course, the highlight was that Wednesday night game against Chicago, where their jerseys got retired. Hung, raised in the rafters of Rogers Arena, that 1 hour pregame ceremony with Kevin Bieksa stealing the show as the MC, and of course, Daniel and Henrik speaking, thanking the fans. All former coaches, former GMs, current coaches, current GMs, and former players, especially from that 2011 run, were there. All the legends, Luongo and Kessler and Bieksa and Burrows and the like. So Jannik Hansen even. So overall, it was a really, really fun night. It was a very memorable night. And with all due respect to Burrow, Linden, and Smeal and Naslund, you could argue the two best players in the history of the franchise, going up into the rafters. The Canucks won that game. Jacob Markstrom stood on his head. So no surprise that right now it's leading the poll by a large margin, and that is the Sedins jersey retirement. Second in the poll right now with the 17% is Bo Horvat being named the captain. And this was a few years in the making. The Canucks went with no captain last year, as you guys may recall. But he was named at the start of this season, that night that we drubbed, the first home game, we drubbed the LA Kings 8-2. And that night started off with Orlin Kurtbach, the first captain of the Vancouver Canucks, Henrik Sedin, the previous captain of the Vancouver Canucks, both of them out there presenting Bo Horvat with his new jersey with the big C on it. And yeah, we all love Bo. You guys know he's one of my favorite players. He is my favorite current player right now. And I've met his dad. I've told that story many times. But overall, I really like Bo. I think he's made good strides as a leader. You know, maybe some people want some more offensive production from him, but there's a lot that he's doing. Face-offs, you know, leadership both on and off the ice, community stuff. Overall, I think he's had a pretty successful year, first year as captain of this club. And 17% of you say that that's been the standout moment for you for this 50th season. So 68% for the Sedins jersey retirement, 17% saying it was Bo Horvat being named the captain. Another 10 or 11% of you said the new jerseys. And I think when we think of the jerseys for this year, a lot of people automatically actually think of the black skate, the 50th jersey, the one they brought out for this season, and they'll likely use going forward as one of their alternates. And we know, and I actually did a vlog about how they can even make it even better, thanks to my friend Dave Leeson, the professional graphic designer. But we like the black skate, and as you know, that's my favorite jersey right now, my Quinn Hughes jersey. But also in the regular home and away, they changed a bit of, you know, they took the word Vancouver off. So now it just the logo itself, and most people like it. They think it's cleaner. And although the team is called the Vancouver Canucks, not a lot of teams have the city name on their jersey. And then it also becomes more reflective, representative that this team, it's the entire province that really takes ownership in this team. So that was a cool change. And then they also had the kind of modernized stick and rink that's kind of gets lost in the shuffle between the new home, the new away, and the black skate. Don't forget, they also came out with that modernized stick and rink with the green on the blue at home, and then not a lot of white, right? A lot of people didn't like the trim. A lot of people liked the no trim, but there's that jersey as well. So 4 new jerseys for the season, and that got 10 or 11% of the vote. It keeps changing as I'm talking here. And then only 4% said Alex Burrow in the Ring of Honor, which actually surprised me a little bit. I was at that game, so I was at the Sedins retirement game. I wasn't at the home opener because it was Wednesday night. I was at church. My season ticket partner Mike was there, but I was at the Alex Burrows games with Mike. Actually, we were in a suite. We were very lucky. We got upgraded for that night. And I'm surprised that only 4% said that was the most memorable moment of the season, because the Canucks did win that night. I think they beat Buffalo or Ottawa. No, it was Ottawa. They beat Ottawa in a 3-2 game, I think. That was the game where Antoine Roussel, Jake Virtanen, and Adam Gaudette dominated. I think that was one of Roussel's first games back, or it was his first game back. But it was a great ceremony. Alex Burrows spoke before, a little nervous, but he was very well, very endearing, very charming. But it was a very memorable night, and to see him go up in the Ring of Honor. But maybe when you compare that to, you know, Ring of Honor versus jersey retirement, and even Bo Horvat being named captain, Alex Burrows' Ring of Honor actually comes fourth of these 4 options. Not saying it's a bad option, but maybe of these 4 it was the least memorable. So Canucks fans, my question to you is, of these 4, or maybe name your own, the Decade Era Nights or something else. And remember, I'm not talking about on ice. You know, we can talk about JT Miller's dominance, or Pettersson's continued development, or Quinn Hughes' rise, or Jacob Markstrom's amazing play. We can talk about all that on another day, and I'm probably going to talk about that sometime next week as I continue to look for content. But for today, let's talk about the off-ice stuff. What stands out to you the most as the one moment, the one celebration that stood out to you from this 50th season for the Vancouver Canucks? I'd love to know your answer to that question of the day. Is which celebration stands out to you the most? Was it the Sedins jersey retirement? Was it Alex Burrows going to the Ring of Honor? Was it the new jerseys unveiled? Or was it Bo Horvat being named the captain? Perhaps it was the Decade Era Nights, or maybe it was something else. Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply. A reminder, once again, I said at the start of the video, I'll say it right now again. Tomorrow it's Sunday, so I'm going to do as my tradition that's only 1 week old, my weekend Ask Me Anything. So you can leave a question, like I said, right here on this video, or I'll leave a question on Twitter when I post the tweet asking for questions, and I'll do that you know, later on this afternoon. So leave a comment below. I'll read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great day. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.